We've got Andrew Jackson from Producers Hedge. He's going to give us new marketing advices and also will update us about the crop in the United States. Andrew, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Luis. How about you?
I'm fine. So, Andrew, what's your opinion about the marketing tools that farmers have available that they could use in the coming weeks?
Well, there's no shortage of different strategies that the farmer can use. And actually, before I answer that question, we'll talk just a moment maybe about mindset. Um, One of the things I think that holds farmers back sometimes, and I'm no exception to this. But sometimes we get hung up on fixated on certain prices. For example, $4 for corn. We need exactly $4 for corn. Um, One of the things I think we need to do sometimes is fix our mindset and realize, hey, at the end of the day, we're trying to achieve a profit. Uh, and if we need $1 million to meet our production cost, and we're going to make a 10,000 bushel sale, we don't need to get hung up on 3 cents on a 10,000 bushel sale, because that's $300. In the grand scheme of things, that doesn't really change. Those 3 cents doesn't change our bottom line a lot. So when we see an opportunity to make profit, even if it's not that nice round number, we need to focus on that instead of being so fixated on prices. Now, as far as strategies to use, it kind of depends on the grower. I'm a big proponent of using your own personal brokerage account, because I think it does give the farmer a lot of flexibility to be able to get in and out as the market changes. Um, but some farmers are opposed to that. But if you and there's ways to work around this. But one of the particular strategies that I think is something to look at right now is, if you know that you're going to have excess production in the fall, and those bushels are going to have to move, and you're going to need cash flow. Look at that revenue stream, and if you know that you've got an extra 20 bushels to sell, go ahead, maybe, even though the price isn't great, go ahead and maybe lock in some flat price on those bushels. 320 futures, 330 futures, that's maybe a tough pill to swallow. But if you've got way more than you thought you were going to have, maybe it makes sense just to manage some risk, especially if you're already sitting 100% long, if you don't have anything sold. There are some other strategies we can use if you want to use options. We can do a three-way option. There is risk to all these things, so it may not be suitable for everyone. But we could put a floor. We could put a floor under the crop at the money. We could sell out of the money call to put a ceiling on it. And then if we really want to cheapen that up to be a true three-way, we'd probably sell a put below the market. Now, that put adds another element of risk, so that's something you need to talk about with your merchandiser or with your broker.
Yes, and what's the best crop right now to hedging, in your opinion?
I think beans probably. I think farmers are probably more apt to sell beans right now than they are corn. Just because we'd all like to be above $9. We'd all like to be at $10 if possible. But most of the beans here, at least in my neck of the woods, the beans like to move in the fall. So the clock is ticking. If you know you're going to have to move them, the clock is ticking. Basis levels are really good on beans right now too. We've got a huge export program on right now for new crop. So if you're going to have to pick one or the other, I would be selling beans right now. Now, there are some strategies where you can take re-ownership of it and maybe not cost a whole lot. So.
And what can you update us about the crop both in Kentucky, where you are located right now, and in Illinois, where your company also have offices?
The crop looks really good. Kentucky crop ratings, I think, have been either tied for the lead or at the top of the latest USDA Monday reports. So Kentucky crop is very good, probably about as close to its potential as I've ever seen it, especially and very consistent from one side of the state to the next. Kentucky's a real variable state, as far as soil types and capabilities, as is Illinois. Illinois crop seems to be in really good shape too. There were some areas in northern Illinois a few weeks ago that were getting dry. Those areas, though, have gotten rain, and it sounds like the crop is going to be just okay, is going to be just fine. And I think we saw that last week with the 11-point improvement in ratings.
Andrew, is there something else would you like to add to our viewers?
The only thing I might add is just. And I think we've already kind of talked about it. Really, though, was just the mindset. Marketing is a mindset. The only other thing that I might say is that if we do get a rally, basically, if we do get a rally, for the producer not to become euphoric, for the producer to realize that, hey, the market can go back down. And not to get caught up in listening to all the talking heads saying, we're going to $5. Almost every year we have somebody, throwing out outlandish predictions. So,
okay, the Graniac on Twitter, and Andrew Jackson is from Producers Hedge. Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.